It's been a year and a half since the show ended for them. Okay. And it's only been a week for us. And the reunion was quite chaotic. Okay. Very random, very much flatlined. Okay. But from a therapist perspective, we're going to have to get into a lot of these different relationships where most of the drama to me happened off screen more than we did see this season. A lot of mixing and Eskimo kisses of the ladies and relationships, who's dating who. And was Allie religious and conservative? Where now where that come from? Okay. But if you are new here, I'm Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Okay, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, do all the do's. And you know it's only $1 to join the membership. I just know that we have some new members. So I want to just shout out my new members. Reese joined the membership. Mhm. And we also have Marsha who joined the membership and also TW. Okay. Thank you guys for joining the membership. I couldn't have done it without y'all to get this far. We have 15,000. I already hit my yearly goal. So it's only up from here. Okay. It's only up from here. All right. Now it's been a year and a half since these fools, were in the pods together. And we start off with a musical guest. Have we ever done that before? Not to mention when they said it was, I think his name was Miles. I actually thought it was a guy from Sinners. I'm like, oh, they got the kid from Sinners. He gonna sing that song. Oh, and then I saw who it really was, and I was like, oh, who is this? Sorry to that man, but I was expecting the guy from Sinners to come on and sing that song. I was so confused. Music. You had them walking down these stone stairs, hoping they don't fall and bust their ass in front of everybody. People had on blankets in the audience. Was it that cold? Where y'all find these audience people at, and how you get tickets to the reunion? Somebody let me know in the chat. All right. But we start off with Megan and Jordan. To me, Jordan was the best thing about the reunion, his facial expressions, him blaming everything on his ADHD, him really just being there for the cheese maid, not really to really give updates on his life. And he looks good. Okay, them chicken shakes, they working. They working. But they pick up on, them where they are now, what happened in the past, why they broke up. What does he believe the real reason that Megan broke up with him? Yada, yada, yada. And I actually thought that they were going to save the Megan piece into the very end. Because as you know, if you have not watched, if you have not heard, if you've been living under a rock, Megan had a baby. Okay, Megan had a baby. And I thought that they would lean on this because they had really nothing else. I thought they would lean on this to make people watch to the very end for her to announce that she had a baby, but y'all put that at the beginning. Okay, they put that at the beginning. I was so confused. Like, don't you want that to be the lead up? Because as I go into this reunion, I'm like, what else do y'all really have to get us to watch the reunion? The season was trash. Everybody said no. You had 2 weddings, probably only because the people get a bonus for making it to the wedding. So I'm like, whose idea was this now? I really think I need to go back to the drawing board because the plot has been lost. The reunion showed me once again. Sorry to these people, but some of y'all need to be let go. Some of y'all behind the scenes need to be let go. Go back to the drawing board. Where do people at from season 1? The writers, the casters. Or is this show just all about being an influencer and money that they really don't care no more? Okay, they don't care. Now she announced she had a baby boy 3 months ago. And it's crazy because the show wrapped in April of that year. She met her baby daddy in what, July? And then she said she got pregnant within 3 months. So July, was pregnant by October. Okay. And she even says that, her man, he in the audience, and that they have had some ups and downs. They've had some ups and downs.
Megan had a very emotional moment and said that she wasn't sure that she was cut out to be a mother in her time with you. What do you think after hearing that?
I wholeheartedly disagree. She'd be a great mom.
Megan, do you still feel that way? Do you still feel like you're not mother material? No, I think in that moment, it was a very emotional day, and I was questioning a lot of things.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, today I actually have a little bit of a surprise. I am a mom now.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I had a baby boy 2.5 months ago.
Holy shit!
Wow. Wow.
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
That's why you got so thick.
Could have been me, y'all.
The girls were like, "You got a little thick." I'm like, "Thank you."
It makes sense now.
Yeah, so I have a little boy, and he is my whole world. And, I
so sad.
now know more than ever I was meant on this earth to be a mom, and he's amazing. Our family's very happy, and yeah.
Jordan still looks so sad to me. I think he's still heartbroken. And out of all the, as much as I think a lot of these people this season were just regular people, 9 to 5, who y'all say y'all tired of the influencers, y'all got tired of people coming on here just for fame. They kind of gave us this. And out of everybody, I think Jordan was the most normal, regular smuggler guy. His reactions were genuinely, to me, the best part of the reunion. He I'm just here to have a good time. He actually got some bros out of it, So for him, I do feel like, if he had money, she would have stayed with him. I know she danced around the question that Vanessa or Nick asked him. Vanessa came more with the hard-hitting questions, I think. She would have stayed with him. But because of money and, money, she didn't. But she has a 3-month-old baby. Nobody on the stage knew she was pregnant. I think she said 1 or 2 people did, but she really kept it private. And like I had brought up in a previous video, similar to Married at First Sight, that I believe Jalen is pregnant. Do people feel disappointed that they're not able to publicly share their experience? They have to hide it because of the TV show. Megan says she wanted privacy. She enjoyed that the first, I guess year is essentially, because she was pregnant. Now she has a baby. The first year of being pregnant and having a baby, it was private, and it wasn't for everybody. If you knew, you knew. Okay, but then you didn't. Now she has said they have already had their ups and downs, but I think that comes along with just being with somebody for less than 6 months and you got a baby on the way. You really don't know each other. Okay. Essentially, without the marriage, was this a little bit of Married at First Sight? A little bit. It kind of skipped some steps, but she seems happy. He's in the audience. Paul, good luck to you. Okay. Keep the money flowing. Make sure the nannies and the money is flowing. All right. It also came out that Megan went on a couple dates with some folks. These people were homie hopping between the season. Boy. Okay, boy. She went out with Blake and Mike. And then somehow Paul slipped in and had the baby with her. Now, if this woman was a different color, y'all be saying she for the streets. Because since she ain't, y'all just skip past that, okay? All right. And now we also get to Kacie. Kacie to me is, I hate to say this, but kind of trash. Okay? She's kind of trash.
The last time we saw you on the show, you were actually in the lobby with producers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Patrick, you never saw that clip until you watched the full season back. So watching it, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was slightly hurtful to see it, just because I never really got clarity when we got back from Denver. But I already kind of had an idea as far as why it was getting cut off. But I never really had the full words. So just to see it was it was cool, but not cool, but it was
I
cool
don't think it
for the
was
most part.
cool. I mean, it broke my heart seeing it.
Oh my God, girl.
I mean, all I wanted to do was protect you.
Girl, what?
And I did. I know nobody's gonna view it that way, but
It's not true. It ain't true. She's trash, y'all. I just don't understand. I get how Kacie got here. Look at her. I get that. But she's so dense, so self-absorbed, lacks accountability, lacks the ability to um see past herself. It's like you got the body, but where's the personality? What's beneath the beauty? Somebody who's gonna cause a lot of trauma and a lot of hurt to the partner. And they should have brought up, like, the comment she said in the pods about the boyfriend telling her she should go on the show so many times in previous seasons that she didn't. Why didn't they bring that up? That to me was an important factor of like, hey, like, it sounds like you came on this show with a man's and that you were trying to, get on production. Why didn't anyone, once again, where's the accountability? And then we see the BS with the ring. Who should keep the ring? Production is the one who really bought the ring. It was just like, why is this ring gate? Okay, and then they finally convinced her, Nick and Vanessa convinced her to give the ring back. Only for what? We randomly see CP3 and they start shooting basketballs on stage, and whoever wins the basketball game of, what was it, horse or something, that person gets to keep the ring. I'm like, what was the whole point of us spending the last 8 minutes watching y'all go back and forth over who deserves the ring? Is it really production's ring? Why can't I keep it? It's not about the money. It's the principle. Just give it back. Only for what? Patrick to give it back to Kacie. I'm just too nice. Yeah, that's the problem with Patrick. He's just too nice. He's too nice. And unfortunately, he proves what? Nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. Ain't no way I finally get this woman to give me the ring back. She gives me a wishy-washy apology. Only for me to what? Just be like, oh, here, you know what? Here, just take it. Just take it. Just take it. Y'all waste my goddamn time and my emotions. Okay. It was just like, what are we doing here? Basketball in the middle of the stage. You got Edmond throwing the balls back to CP3. It was the most random thing. Okay. And then we find out that Joe and Kacie went on some dates for a month. Why was that not highlighted more? Because Kacie, if you really were trying to protect this man, you were at the same parties he was at, dipping and dabbling with Joe. Joe, to me, who is lost. Joe was a time waster. And Joe was also dipping and dabbling. Okay, he was talking to Kacie. He had a new girlfriend. Kacie saying that her and Madison were Eskimo sisters. There was just so much like trashy drama between when that season actually started, when it ended. That's like the real stuff right there. That's the most like, drama and not exciting, but kind of interesting stuff is that they were all, swapping spit. Okay, they were all swapping spit. Even, Megan said she went on a date with Mike and met up with him. But Kacie is just to say that you and Madison were Eskimo sisters, like, she's very dense, pretty face, terrible personality, mean-spirited, lacks accountability, and feels like she does no wrong. Okay, feels like she does no wrong. And Joe, I feel bad for whoever's dating him now. Because like Joe said, like he kind of is like a piece of work. And he actually said the thing about him and Madison were that they would fight an F. We would fight in an F. So they were in this chaotic thing. His new girlfriend, they were in this chaotic thing. They would break up, get back together, probably the same pattern as him and Madison. But I think that Joe is very much a time waster. Okay, and I don't see, after watching this show, after watching the reunion, how anybody could really be in a relationship with him, because he's going to waste your time and hurt you. Okay, he's lost. He's avoidant. He's not somebody you want to be in a relationship with. And I wonder, I tend to see the plots of the different play of someone who's anxious and someone who's avoidant in a relationship. And I think that Joe is that avoidant. And for some reason, he attracts or dates women who are anxious to probably feed his ego and feed what's missing inside of him. But Joe was just like, Joe ain't for nobody. Joe's for himself. He needs to go over there and have his little bromance with Jordan, be with the bros, and not waste anybody's time. And if he is in a relationship, not even a relationship, if he wants to be in some kind of situationship with somebody, call it that. Be open to, making it known that's a situationship and that's nothing more, just casual. But Joe is going to Joe. He's going to have more women who become victims of the stash. Okay? I don't know. Maybe it might be that he's in the bedroom, that he keep these women latched on to him. Because Madison seems still so hurt and just like, oh, girl, move on. Joe is not worth it. Joe is not worth it. Okay, now they talk a little bit about Annie and Katie and the love bombing and a lot of performative apologies on this stage. Okay, a lot of performative apologies. I'm not even gonna waste my time on them. Allie and Anton was interesting because her biggest thing about him was the strip club and her being religious. Did y'all get religious from Allie? I did not. In the way she's dressed in this photo, I don't get religious. So she says that she couldn't be with a man who, I guess, goes to a strip club. She feels like that's for a certain type of man, not one that she wants to be with. I wonder if her eyes, she feels like it's objectifying women. I don't know. I think Allie is like somebody she wants to be taken care of. Bottom line. Okay. She wants to be able to, I guess, get her degree, graduate, get help with school. And then once her degree is done, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? But she's very much looking for somebody to take care of her. I do think that they have different personalities. And once again, once the bubble popped and they went back to their real lives, they saw how different they were. She feels like she got a different person on the outside. His personality was different. And of course, some things are going to be different because I have freedom right now. There's no responsibility. There's no adulting. All I do is go to sleep in this hotel room, walk across to the pods, and talk to women all day. Now, once we get out, we go to Mexico once again. I ain't gotta really do nothing but drink, eat, and F. But once I get home, it's like, oh, I got responsibility. I got a job. I got bills. I have things I really have to take care of. I have things I have to take care of. So I think with them, it just kind of felt like they were just two different people. Okay. I think they moved too quickly. I think intimacy was too quick and they didn't have the foundation of really getting to know each other. And once she kind of got to know him through comments of friends, looking at his lifestyle of drinking in the morning, he was too regular. He was too regular. He wasn't gonna give me the lifestyle I wanted. And y'all have to accept that when people have regular jobs, they're not business owners, they're not influencers, they work a 9 to 5, or they work a night shift, graveyard shift, whatever, they don't always have the capacity to come home and want to have conversation. Do I think it was okay that he drinks a beer in the morning? I don't. I think it was more than one beer. Okay, more than one beer. But I think what she was looking for was not somebody who works 12 hours and is tired. At one point, she wanted the bubbly, guy who's the life of the party, but she doesn't want what comes with that. Okay. She doesn't want the you drink, you go out, you club. That is kind of life of the party personality in some folks. So I didn't get the whole, she makes no sense to me. I don't really know if she knows herself or what she really wants. It's good that they didn't end up together. Now we finally get to Edmond and KB. KB feels like she was emotionally manipulated by Edmond. He's like, I don't remember that. That didn't happen that way. Now, when she pulled out the little note from her breastises, I actually thought they were going to be receipts, but it was just kind of like a little note of her remembering everything that happened. I do understand that And the time has been, you can't remember everything you want to bring up on the reunion. So maybe it's a good idea to write it down. But she feels like at times he was manipulating her with his emotions. I just think Edmond is someone who processes things different. I think he has a lot of trauma. I think at times KB slipped into social worker mode, uplifting him, pouring into him. But then she got upset and the social worker aspect went completely away. But they weren't meant for each other. And it's hard for Edmond to really comprehend some of the things that she's bringing up and saying because his memory is not that good. He doesn't remember everything. And I do think that there's some neurological things happening here that were not discussed, not seen, and ultimately they were never meant to be together. Okay. She feels like because of, the way he acted and her reaction, he forced her into this like angry Black woman kind of mantra and attitude. And I think some of that could be editing. She talks about different things that he did, said, and he's like, I don't remember it like that, but that's how you feel. I don't remember it like that, but maybe if uh, that's how you feel, like, okay. She says she genuinely loved him, and she gives us this very hamburger apology. Soft bun, hit him with the hard stuff, soft bun again. Okay, soft bun again. But I just think that their relationship was dead on arrival. Dead on arrival. There was nothing really there. I think once again, she's a person who fell for the potential. She kept looking past all of the behaviors in her eyes of manipulation, that he cognitively was not on the same level as her. He doesn't have emotional intelligence. A lot of people don't have emotional intelligence, but I think she does have the ability to, I think, see past the behaviors. But at times she continued to look past them, and it ultimately made her more upset and made her look like a bad person for continuing a relationship with him when all she did was love him and see past the trauma, see past the behaviors, which ultimately is what people want. They want a partner who sees past their trauma, sees past some of the triggers that they have. And that's just what she did. She saw past that. And at times, because of that, her frustration got the best of her. She became angry. She called him out his name. I think their relationship probably should have ended when they first moved in together. Her even saying when they moved in together, people around them, neighbors were saying that he's acting obnoxious. She says he fell to the ground and was apologizing endlessly like he always does. There were just things over and over to me as a woman that's just like, this is not going to work. This is not someone I want to be with. Some of y'all think it might have been for the money. She says she really loved him. I do see the love there, but she was never kind. She was never kind. And I think, similar to what they discussed about her mother saying, maybe you're giving him your version of kind and not what he actually needs. A lot of people in relationships do that. I listen to your perspective the way I need to be listened to. I give you the love language that I need. I give you what I desire instead of thinking about you. What are your love languages? What do you need from me? I just give and give and give what I think is necessary and what I think you want instead of just asking. Okay, your own relationships, do you give what your partner needs or do you give what your mind is telling you your partner needs? And how often do you ask? What is it you need from me? What's missing? What can I improve upon? Do you ask those questions or you just continue to, well, it seemed like it's working. She's still here. He's still here. They still in the bed with me. Okay. But I think the reunion could have been an email. Yeah, maybe not an email, a PowerPoint. I'm gonna give y'all that. Okay. Genius could have, read the email and gave me the bullet points. And then from there, maybe I could create a PowerPoint. Because it was boring, y'all. We spent the first almost hour discussing Katie and Patrick and the ring gate stuff. Okay, almost 45 minutes. And then we only had Edmond and KB discuss their relationship with the last 10, 15 minutes. They added all this other stuff to distract us that they had nothing. The musical guest, CP3, Vanessa trying to, pull out answers, questions, get them to respond. But it was really nothing to give. No one got married. The relationships were trash from the beginning. And I wonder, if everyone had walked away between Mexico and moving in together, how would they continue a season? So in some ways, maybe I believe that there's some incentive to get to the altar, because if not, what would y'all have most of the season? Not a lot. Not a lot. But it was trash, y'all. It was boring. I watched it. I'm glad it's over. I'm ready to just move along. Okay, move along. Now, next season is going to be the epic season 10. It's supposed to be in Austin, Texas. So I don't know what they're going to do to change it up to make it, season 10. You know how they try and do all these things to make it a season 10, season 20. What are they going to do different? Are they going to, keep up with the same old bullshit? But none of these people need to be together. And yeah, it was worthless. It could have been probably like an hour. Y'all didn't even need to keep it a week after nobody said anything. Y'all could have just, gave us this after the wedding episode. It was not worth waiting another week. We already knew that Megan was pregnant, so what other updates did y'all give us? Nothing. Joe dating somebody, Anton dating somebody, Megan had a baby. Anything else? No. Okay. But what do you think about this season? Did you watch the reunion? Did you think it was boring? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, and we are moving on. Okay, what shows are we moving on to? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.